Assalamu alaikum guys, hope all is well. Today is Monday the 3rd of February 2020 and the weather's just getting colder. Okay, today's video is gonna be about Satan, Iblis, Shaitan, Lucifer, Raavan, and some call him a fallen angel. Jinns, some people call him Dajjal. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the difference between all of them, what each religion says about these, and basically let's try to learn something if you haven't already come across this subject before. So in Christianity he's called Lucifer, Satan, the fallen angel. Now before we go ahead with this, we need to understand the concept of Satan, Lucifer, and the fallen angels in Christianity, according to Christianity. Basically, what they believe is that Satan or Lucifer was an angel. He was in paradise, in heaven, and he disobeyed and he rebelled against God, the Almighty. And he was thrown out, he was cast out of heaven, and he is basically going to go out there and basically take out as many humans with him as possible. Now Hinduism also has a Satan, a Lucifer, a Shaitan, an Iblis, and he was called Raavan. And those who ain't familiar with Raavan, they need to go and watch Mahabharat, or it's common knowledge, just YouTube it, Raavan, and that's their version of Shaitan, Iblis. Now in Islam, he's called Iblis and Shaitan, and in Islam he was, in the Quran is confirmed that he was not one of the angels. He was a jinn who basically worked his way up in the rankings, and he was such a believer, such a follower of Allah, of God, that he was raised up into the highest heavens along with all the angels. Now when God created Adam, he left him there for a while, bearing in mind that the years and the time scale here of this world and of heaven and hell are totally different. I mean, some books say 55,000 years is equal to one day here. So, basically it's longer than the days here and the time scale. So basically what's happened is now God's left Adam's body, so the soul has not been blown into it yet, and what's happened is Satan is carrying out his duties along with all the other angels. And remember, the angels do not have their own mind. They are basically created for certain things, and that's what they do. With the jinns, like the humans, they have their own mind. And what happened was Satan passed through the body of Adam, and he found a weakness, and basically the weakness to him was that I can flow through him. This person, I'm made out of fire, he's made out of clay, we are not equal. So he had already developed a jealousy, a pride against Adam, and Adam was not awake yet, he was not alive yet, it was just the body. Now over that time, the hatred has grown so bad that it's turned into jealousy now. jealousy that why has God created you? Now we have to understand one thing. Satan was jealous that God has created a human now and he's going to love him more than me. Yeah. So what's happened is now when God's put the soul inside the body, he's asked all the angels to bow down in front of Adam, and they all did, apart from Iblis, Satan. Satan said, no, I'm better than he is. Why should I bow down to him? Isn't it enough that I bow down to you? So he's never disputed him bowing down to God and the oneness of God and all that. So he has never disputed any of that. He just did not want to bow down in front of Adam. Now I don't want people taking this wrong and thinking that I am trying to basically make people feel sorry for Satan, but we need to take a lesson from this, which we're going to come to hopefully towards the end of this video. Now what's happened is, when Satan, Iblis, Lucifer, the so-called fallen angel, decided not to bow down to Adam, God actually turned around and told him to get out of heaven. And he goes, look, you are going to be thrown into hell. So now guess what Satan's done now? Satan has turned around and tried doing a deal with God. He goes, look, obviously what you said goes, it's going to happen. But can you at least give me some respite until the end of time so I can prove to you that for this creation that you are throwing me out, for this creation that all my years and thousands and hundreds and thousands of years of praying and serving and everything has gone out the window. At least give me some respite until the end of time so I can prove to you that this creature is not worth it. This creation is not worth it. And then God replies to him and goes, okay, I'll give you the time till the end of the world. I'll give you the time, all the time. And you can attack them from above, from below, from the left, from the right. And you can basically brainwash and take as many as you can with you to hell, apart from the true believers, the believers that will not follow your lead, basically. Now in Christianity, correct me if I'm wrong, please leave a comment below from the Christian brothers, that basically Satan, there's the difference between Christianity and Islam is basically, I want to say even thicker than this. Where we differ, the main points, is that we don't believe in Jesus as being the Son of God, literally the Son of God. I mean, we're all children of God, if you think about it. And obviously this is going to open up a whole can of worms, but this is a different debate, and you can go on YouTube and people have done hundreds and hundreds of these debates, yeah, regarding the Trinity, regarding the Son of God and all that. So we're going to leave that, yeah. Now their story is similar to our story, Satan, but I think where they differ is the modern Christianity is that they actually believe that he was an angel. He was one of the angels. I don't think they understand that he was a jinn, and which is a totally different creation. So there's jinn, there was bins before the jinns, and then there was humans, and then there was animals. So basically, and angels. So basically what's happened is, Satan worked his way up, but the Christianity brothers, they turn around and believe that no, he was an angel who disrespected God, and he was thrown out, and he's still, even the Satanists, they believe he was an angel and he was cast out because he stood up to God and he said, listen, I'm better than him, and there's nothing wrong with that. So atheists, they actually believe that he was a fallen angel and he is as beautiful as he was when he was in heaven. Yeah. Raavan is similar. It was the evil. There was always good and evil, and he was the head of the evil. So till this day they still burn him every year, and it just shows that he's not dead, because that's why they have to keep burning him every year. So what I take from all this whole thing is that Satan was a jinn. He was moved up in the ranks in the highest of heavens due to his belief in the oneness of God. He's never disputed the oneness of God. He challenged God's authority when it came down to bowing to Adam. But he has never challenged God himself. He has never challenged the oneness of God, that he's the only one creator, he's got no partners, nothing. Satan has never ever disputed any of that. Now, let's fast forward to the end of times. When it does happen, all the people that have followed him and his footsteps and believe that they are God themselves or the Son of God, and stuff like that, that there's more than one God, which is the biggest sin according to Islam. We cannot put partners with the Creator. There's only one Creator. He's got no siblings, no parents, no children, no need, and he's the all-knowing. Yeah, so he doesn't need to sleep, he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to rest, and so on and so on. Now, when it comes to Judgment Day, all these people that have basically fallen into the trap of Satan, they're going to turn around and say, oh, Satan, like if the children weren't taught, they're going to point at their parents. The parents are going to say, we've got nothing to do with this. The mother's not going to stand there for his child. The child is not going to stand there for his parents. The brother's not going to stand there for his sisters, and so on. Everybody's going to be worried about their own stuff on that day, on the Day of Judgment, because it's payback time. Everything will be out in the open, all the good and all the bad. Now, what's happened is basically, what will happen is that Satan will turn around, and when everyone points their finger at him, he's going to turn around, put his hands up, and he's going to say, listen, I have never disputed the oneness of God. I have never disputed that he is the all-knowing, the all-hearing. He's the most merciful. He's the most beneficial. He's the master of all. He's the creator of all. Satan has never disputed that. Satan has made one mistake, and that was he did not bow in front of Adam. And because of that, he's going to be thrown into hell, along with all his followers. And anyone that he's managed to manipulate through his proxies. Satan also has proxies. He's got the jinns. The jinns, they're like us humans. They have Christians, they have Jews, they have Muslims, they have atheists. And the atheist ones are the ones that we call Shaitan. They're the troublemakers, the ones that come and cause trouble. The ones that come into black magic, and so we're not supposed to cross over to them, and they're not supposed to cross over to us. But there are people out there that try to communicate with them. And hence we have all these issues. So guys, you have to believe, to be a Muslim, you have to believe in jinns. There's no such thing as ghosts, because we do not believe that spirits actually wander around out there if they've been murdered or anything. When you die, your soul is sent back to the Creator. Now, I remember a few days ago, I was actually standing outside our petrol station, and basically what happened was a hearse went past, a couple of hearses went past, and I shouted out, Inna lillahi wa inna alayhi raji'un, which the translation of this is, from Allah we have come, and to Allah we shall return. Yeah. And the chap who's standing next to me, he's a practicing Muslim, I'm not into my Islam and the religion the way I'm meant to be, but I know the basics and I try to follow as much as I can. Now this guy is quite knowledgeable, and he turns around, goes to me, goes, oh Ali, why did you turn around and say that? They are not Muslims. So I had to stop him there, and I said, listen my friend, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from, yeah? You've all been created by God, yeah? And you have to return back to God, and that's what those lines mean. So it's not as if the Hindus are going to go to someone else, and the Christians are going to go to someone else, and the atheists are going to go to someone else. Every soul should go back to his Creator, and there's only one Creator, and that is Allah. So he agreed, and he basically admitted he learned something new there, because he was taught that you can only say that when Muslims die. But no, it's not only Muslims are going to go back to their Rabb, their Lord, their Creator. Everyone is. So basically, the moral of the story, yeah, you have to take something a lesson from this, and the lesson is that if Satan prayed so much and he'd done so much that he moved up to the ranks of the highest heaven, and he was rolling with the angels, yeah. So he was basically a top dog. You understand me? He was the top jinn. There was no one better than him, yeah. He was thrown out of there and doomed to hellfire only for the reason of him disobeying God once, where he did not turn around and bow down to Adam, yeah. Now look at ourselves as humans. Number one, we're proving him right, because even the angels at that time said that, are you going to create, they asked God, they go, look, are you going to create a creation that's going to go out there on earth and cause problems, you know, murder and rape and, you know, everything. So they were proven wrong, right? Satan did not bow down because Satan thought, I'm better than this. And Satan, if you look at it, Satan worked his way to the highest ranks of the angels. A human can never do that. So Satan was better than the human race at that time. Apart from, you know, I mean, this time, the humans that are of today, Satan is much better than them, because Satan has been cast out. Because he made one mistake an hour ago, people. What are we doing today? We are sinning, and we don't even keep track of our sins. You know, we become an unbeliever without even knowing it. We take other people's rights off them, knowingly thinking, oh, it's going to be okay. You know, we actually believe that there's a white sin and a dark sin, and there's a white lie and there's a dark lie. There's no such. A lie is a lie, and a sin is a sin. Now, I do understand that, you know, if you were to turn around and just say, like, if I was to lie and it's going to bring two people together, yes, that lie is better than 1,000 truths, yeah? But it's still a lie. So that's what I've taken from all this, and I hope you guys have taken something good from this as well. And if you disagree with anything I've said, please leave a comment below. And like I always say, we can open up a discussion on this. But Satan, Iblis, Shaitan, Lucifer, the fallen angel, he exists. And the biggest trick he has is that if you were to go out there and say, oh, I've seen a jinn, or I've turned around and seen, oh, Satan done this, Satan made me do this, people laugh at you, they think you're a madman. But the reality is, you have to believe in it, because that this creation, this creature does exist, and he will exist till the end of time. And he's not alone now, guys. He's got so many of his followers with him. There's sayings where, you know, all his followers fight, all the jinns, they fight to sit on his throne for one night and wear his crown just for one night. And he asks them, he goes, what have you done? And they say, one says, yeah, I've turned around and caused a husband and wife to divorce, a separation between them. I've turned around and made a father kill his child, or a child kill his father, or a brother kill his brother, or a sister kill her husband, you know, stuff like that. So basically they all are competing with each other to turn around and sit on the throne for just one night. And the reality is, he knows that no one's taking his throne. If Satan has a choice that somebody could take his place and he could be forgiven, yeah, I have no doubt that he will be the first one to put up his hands. But he is doomed. He's promised to be thrown in hell, yeah. Now, on the judgment day, he's going to actually put his hands up and he's going to say, listen, I've never disputed God. I've never disputed God. I've never disputed the oneness of God. I've never disputed that he's the only creator. He's got no siblings, no children. He's going to stand up and he's going to wash his hands from you guys. You understand me? He's going to wash his hands, and you're going to have to suffer yourself. So why don't you go? These days you don't even need to open books up. You could just go into Google or YouTube and just watch a video and take, like I keep saying, is take the good and reject the bad. And if I've said anything bad, reject it. But you need to learn. You need to learn, and you need to turn around and spread this knowledge. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the weather. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like you to share, comment below, likes, and don't forget to subscribe. Over and out.